Good afternoon again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We'll get to the JRC in a moment. First, real quick disclaimer, if you're unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, all pertinent links are going to be right there in the description box for you. So should you like to deep dive on either subject, you'll definitely be able to go ahead and do so. Trigger warning, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. I do use profanity, and when we do talk about places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center, you're going to hear descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. So if you got young children present that are 16 or younger and they are watching this, parental supervision very much advised, alright? Alright, well, where we left off, this one says, I believe the rule of banning electric stimulation shock devices on disabled people showing SIB or AB is a good rule. The fact that it's even necessary is insane, in case anyone's wondering. I believe these devices should be banned for human use for all circumstances. The FDA should definitely approve the rule. The FDA already did. Let's get this show on the road, people. Freaking government. Federal or state, they go at a snail's pace. I freaking swear. This person says you can't help people by hurting them, and devices that make this an option should never be used. Preach. It's nonsensical to come to the conclusion that the only way to stop me harming myself is by inflicting violence on me, and you expect that to end well. Speaking as an army brat here, if I ever was forced in that situation, it would not be good for anybody involved. And I do mean any and everybody involved. Because that's the sort of thing that will send me instant into fight or flight based on instincts built from my pretty dark-ass childhood. And it will go to Hulk smash. I scare myself sometimes. Alright, let's go to the next one. This one states, I am in favor of the FDA banning electric shock devices. Inflicting extreme, probably pain on people is not justifiable. Nor is it even a teaching moment. And anyone who thinks it is should not be allowed to have children. Just my own personal opinion on the matter. Alright, this comment says, I fully support this rule and believe it is an excellent step in the right direction for the rights of disabled people in America. Definitely, but the fact that we are in the time period that we are and we're still engaged in this fight, in spite of the fact that no other state allows this insanity. It never ceases to blow my mind. You know, it really doesn't. Yep, that's the one we just did. Sorry about that. We're doing more than 3 because these are a little short. Here we go. That is the same message. Sorry, folks. Bear with me a minute. I do not have an edit button, and even if I did, I sure as hell would not know how to use it. Alright, here we go. This one says, I am an autistic individual that works with children with autism and other developmental disabilities. I'm also a victim of being shocked. Bless you, hon. The painful shocks were torture and my life was destroyed because of this. Folks, this comment has weight. We are dealing with a survivor here, so let's pay special attention. Please ban the graduated electronic decelerator shock device and close down the Judge Rotenberg Center. Amen. Close it down. The whole thing. Because the GED is just the tip of the iceberg. and it's not even the beginning of their crimes. The gradual electronic decelerator shock treatment is a form of torture. It causes post-traumatic stress, anxiety, fear, panic, substitution of other negative behaviors, worsening of underlying symptoms, and learned helplessness. And boy, once you learn helplessness, coming out of that, you're talking to me here, that shit is not easy. Particularly since it got so bad. I really did go in full ass shutdown. To the point I really did have to be re-potty trained. It's not a joke. The level that sort of thing can decapacitate you for a period of time. I don't even have words to be able to make it real unless you've gone through it before. Let me continue. This shock treatment instills a sense of pain, fear, anxiety, intimidation, and insecurity. There are safer, more effective alternatives to using a shock device on people with developmental and intellectual disabilities, and I'm going to put in there people with mental health issues. Autistic individuals may not be aware of what is happening to them or aware why this is happening to them. Why do you people keep saying that? But they might not be. The fuck they're not. If they're screaming no stop, they're aware. Now, we have some of our own internal ableism. I was one of the worst offenders not long after my diagnosis. It took me a long time to unlearn my own ableist tendencies. So, let me go ahead and continue there. If the autistic individual cannot properly identify their own behavior, how can I properly identify the consequences of that behavior? But I can identify my behavior and what I am doing. I am never confused on that. I'm confused on a whole lot of things, especially right now. But what I have never been confused about is in regards to what I am doing, what I am going through, and what am I going to do about it. That part has always been strikingly clear. Shock treatment is a form of torture. It causes psychological and physical injuries. It should not be allowed at JRC or any other facility that serves individuals with developmental, intellectual, physical, or psychological disabilities. In 2020, the FDA passed a ban on the devices. This ban gave the JRC 180 days to stop using the device on people. Instead of no longer shocking people, the JRC went to court to stop the ban. In 2021, a court overturned the FDA's ban on a technicality. The court claimed the ban didn't count because the FDA could only ban things for all the ways they could be used, not one way they could be used. For years, the disability community has worked to ban things for all the ways they could be used, not one way they could be used. For years, the disability community has worked to ban the graduated electronic decelerator, a device that is used to torture autistic people and those with other developmental disabilities in an institution called the Judge Rotenberg Center. Please ban the GED device. Shock treatment is torture. I urge the FDA to restart the rulemaking process. Please ban any shock treatment aversives from treatment of individuals with disabilities as it is inhumane. Please stop the JRC from torturing individuals with autism and other disabilities. They deserve to be protected from torture, intimidation, and abuse. You're damn right. I'd go to hell if it would protect just one of them. All people with disabilities deserve respect. Thank you for your consideration. That's a very good note to end this particular video on, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do get do tend to get removed from time to time, so folks, if you'd be so kind, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments, and make sure that you are still set up for notifications. We are going to, on Friday, have a new episode of Down the Rabbit Hole for you, and on Sunday, a new episode of the Snake Oil Salesman series. an upcoming one on Tylenol because god damn it. I do appreciate your time, and as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'll see you here in a few minutes. Bye-bye, everyone.